All right. Literally just got back home from dropping off my co-founder Kevin here at Pebble at the airport. Him and his whole family came out here. They were spending most of the summer out in Japan. Our entire team is completely remote, so we just literally wrapped up our first team retreat out here in Canada, Vancouver, Canada, and we rented out a spot out in Chilliwack and all hung out together. The whole point of that was really to just see what the team would be like, what the dynamics would be like, what personalities are like, you know, that are typically behind the computer screen. And it's crazy to think that we've been running Pebble for, you know, now almost over 4 years, and we've been completely remote. Kevin and I first started the company when we were in different parts of the world. He was out in Seoul, South Korea. I was out here in Vancouver, Canada. But anyways, we finally got to meet everybody else on the team here, and it was really cool. Some takeaways from our first retreat. We had about 8 of us that could come out to this retreat. And I suggest, you know, if you ever get a chance to be able to organize something for the team, to actually meet in person, because there are a couple takeaways here. First of all, there was just so much informal bonding, which was really cool to see. People sort of sharing their experiences, sharing their life together during lunches, during the work activities. It really just felt like a really good bonding session. Now, the first day, I had to admit, I think people were a little bit, you know, apprehensive or nervous. You know, we were all new to meeting each other in person, although we've been talking to each other over, you know, our calls, our team calls for the last year. And we use something called Kumo Space, where we have a virtual office and we all meet there. But yeah, the chemistry that was sort of formed was just amazing to see certain team members that I would never have thought would kind of, you know, really hang out or talk to each other. I mean, there are very diverse roles in our team. And not only that, we just realized how diverse our team is scattered around the globe, from Singapore to Denmark to, you know, the Philippines to Canada to the United States, everywhere. I mean, Morocco. It was just really, really cool to see and bring the team together. I think there's a lot of value in having in-persons, although we're in this new generation where everybody is working remotely, but I think there's just so much to be said about being in person and how valuable it is, because that was my other big thing here. The big takeaway was just, you know, the kind of brainstorming you get when you kind of bring everybody into a room. We got to work on our strategic initiatives and really knock out some core things we want to accomplish in the next 12 months. We still do our quarterly planning, which is really cool. Yeah, that was just really, really awesome to see and hang out with everybody for 3 nights and share and break bread together, share conversations, share stories, share all sorts of things. Some of the learnings that I took away from this, if you are ever to do a in-person meetup, I would think we did have some sort of activities planned, but I think having somebody perhaps lead the activities would be very helpful. So I think the next time when we do this, we're probably going to maybe, you know, do some sort of excursion or do some sort of group activity where we pay a service to conduct that. We had some, you know, cool trail walks and whatnot. You know, BC is filled with beautiful forests up here in the Pacific Northwest, but it would have been fun to do something that was a little bit more guided, I think. Another takeaway here is that icebreakers are great. And I don't really like that word icebreaker. I think it puts everybody in an awkward feel. So sort of just some group activity. We did something called the Marshmallow Towers, brought together different people on the team that don't typically work together to problem solve and build towers together, get it as high as possible. My final takeaway is that it comes back to brainstorming. It's not something we do too often as an entire team, but and we typically do it in our respective departments, whether that's customer experience, marketing, sales, or product. This time we just allowed for everybody to just bleed across the different departments, and it was just really, really awesome to see some of the ideas that the team brought into other departments. So again, some really great takeaways for our next in-person retreat here for the team, and I suggest if you've got a large enough team to do something like that. Anyways, I also want to take some time here to kind of give you guys an update as to what's going on here at Pebble. We recently have launched our mobile app on the iOS. It is in testing, so There are a few people that are testing it right now. We want to make sure that we don't come across major hiccups when we launch. It's on the limited side of things, and we want to really work out the kinks and continue to build it out. So it's very basic. It's being tested right now. You've got notifications, you've got ringing on there. So it's really cool to see that all come together, and really a native app on your iPhone or your iPad. So if you're interested in checking it out and you want to be one of our testers, leave a comment here below and let us know that you'd like to be one of our testers for the mobile app. So that's going to be launching soon. Really exciting. Finally, another update here. I'm going to be organizing and hosting a dinner because I realize there's not a lot of land investors in the Pacific Northwest. And every time I hear of somebody in the Pacific Northwest, I get so excited. Most of you guys are out in Florida or on the East Coast, typically Central or East Coast. Not a lot of people on the West Coast here. So what I'm doing is I'm organizing a dinner. I'm actually going to keep it limited. I've already got some people who are really excited that I met out in Colorado at another event. So it's going to be on September 24th. It's going to be out in Bellingham, so between here in Vancouver and Seattle, Washington. If you are interested, let me know. And if you can't make it in this time, would you be open, or would you be up for joining another event here that we're just going to sort of break bread and share stories and challenges together? Let me know in the comments below. For those of you guys that are in the Pacific Northwest, or maybe you want to fly out here. But if you're interested, let me know. Drop a comment. We'll add you to the list. There is a limited amount of seats. There's no price tag to this. It's just head over to a restaurant, break bread, and share stories and challenges and whatnot. It'd be great to just connect with people. I know certainly there are people in Vancouver up here that are doing land investing, so they're going to be coming out. I know a few people out in Seattle heading out there as well. Anyways, I hope to be doing some more updates on Pebble and what's going on behind the scenes. I'll see you on the next one.